Hey guys, how's it going? It is S2G and welcome to the first episode of the PSG Career Mode series. This is the first time I'm doing a career mode in the Liga on FIFA 16, so I'm really excited to get this series started off with. If you guys are excited as well, make sure to drop a like on this video. If you guys could smash out 100 likes for the first episode of the series, that'd be just incredible. Make sure to subscribe if you are new around here. This career mode is probably going to be a one season challenge in which we'll try to win the French League, the Champions League, and basically every single trophy we can possibly win. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, there isn't much time for FIFA 17, hence this career mode is going to be a one season challenge. Before we talk about transfers and get into the other stuff, let's have a look at the squad we have here at our disposal. I've also made all the real life transfers that have happened this season, like Hesse, Krikoviak or Krychowiak, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce his name. Also, I've made the transfer of Ben Arfa to PSG in this save as well. Apart from that, I've done all the transfers from the top 5 leagues, which is of course the Spanish League, the English League, the German League, the French League and the Italian League. So I've done all the transfers of all the clubs from those teams. I might have missed out a couple of players, but probably those that aren't that important. But the big ones, big transfers, all have been done in this save. It took me about 6 hours to do that. I mean, what is my life like, seriously? But anyways guys, looking at the squad, it's pretty amazing. We have Hesse, Cavani, Di Maria up front. That's a really nice trio up front we have here. But I'm looking to make improvements. Maybe a new left winger because Hesse isn't that high rated. And of course with Ibrahimovic going, maybe we could need a star left winger. We also have Matuidi, Pastore and of course Verratti in midfield. I don't think we need any changes in midfield. We have Kurzawa, David Luiz, Thiago Silva and Odia in defense. And Kevin Trapp as our goalkeeper. Now on the bench, we do have some really nice options. But there are a few players, few positions I'm looking to strengthen. Basically a backup striker maybe, because our only striker right now is Cavani, so definitely a backup striker. And I'm not entirely sure who should we bring in, so if you guys could suggest me some backup strikers, go ahead down in the comment section below and let me know who should be signed as a backup option to Cavani. Maybe even a first choice option to Cavani, but that would cost us a lot because the left winger I'm looking to buy is probably going to be very expensive. I'm also looking to bring in a backup centre back because we only have 3 centre backs and we'll definitely need 4 centre backs as we will be playing in the Champions League, and of course 3 domestic trophies as well. The objectives are pretty simple with PSG to understand: win the league title, win the domestic cup, and of course win the Champions League. It is going to be difficult and we'll need to make some signings to help us achieve that goal, but I think if we do actually bring in some fantastic players, we will be able to win the Champions League. In pre-season guys, we're already facing some really big teams like Real Madrid, Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. Of course I will be sipping through this whole pre-season tournament and we will be playing that game against Olympique Lyon, which is of course I think the Trophy de Champ. I'm not entirely sure what's the name of the tournament. Basically it's like the French League Super Cup, so that's what we're going to be playing. It's going to be an interesting game against them. Hopefully we will be able to register our first win with PSG in this episode itself. Now guys, talking about some transfers, we have about 100 million in the bank and I'm looking to bring in a top quality left winger, and the options I have here on this list are Marco Reus, Eden Hazard and Alexis Sanchez. All 3 top quality players and will definitely improve this squad a lot. I mean, Marco Reus, he's just an amazing player, covers star for FIFA 17 as well. If we could bring him in, I think he'll really improve this side. Him alongside, you know, Di Maria and Cavani up front, that'll be just incredible. I've just put in a 50 million offer for him. I'm not entirely sure if that's enough for Reus because, well, he's valued pretty highly by Dortmund, so it might be a deal that will go up to potentially 70 or 80 million, but we'll see what happens. For Eden Hazard, I'm putting in a slightly higher offer, 65 million for him because he's 88 rated and he's the youngest of the lot, so he might be the most difficult one to bring in, but I think he'll be the most realistic and probably the best out of all these players because, well, he's younger than them, he's higher overall, and besides that, as I said, a realistic transfer. You guys seem to love realistic transfers. He was linked with PSG for quite a while, so maybe bringing in Eden Hazard, that'd be amazing. For Alexis Sanchez, I've again put in a 50 million offer. I'm looking to bring in another centre back, as I said. I don't want it to be too high rated because he's not going to get that much game time, so I thought of Lucas Hernandez, the Frenchman. He should be about 74 rated, of course, from Atletico Madrid, and with the centre backs we already have in Thiago Silva and David Luiz with Marquinhos on the bench, I don't think we need that high rated of a centre back. Of course, with training we can increase his overall, and as you can see, the 6 million offer I put in for him has been accepted by Atletico, so I've put in a contract of 45,000 euros for him, and I think he should be accepting that. Besides that guys, Arsenal, Chelsea and Dortmund all have rejected the transfers offers we've put in for Reus, Hazard and of course Sanchez, so we got to bump up the offers we've put in for these players. So I'm offering 60 million now for Royce. That is already an insane amount of money, but with the market being right now in real life, I don't think 60 million for Royce is an astronomical figure. But anyway, 75 million for Hazard. Chelsea 117 million, so I doubt they will accept 75, but we'll see what happens. For Alexis Sanchez, I'm putting in 60 million, the same offer I put in for Royce. Let's see what Arsenal come back and say. We start off our first preseason game pretty well, 2-1 against Real Madrid, beating them, of course. Cristiano Ronaldo scored for them, but Matuidi and Aurier did the job for us, so a good win for us. Of course, we could win the preseason trophy, that'd be nice. Of course, additional money to help us get all these transfers done, because, well, we only have 100 million. Yes, I'm saying only 100 million because, of course, the Hazard or Sanchez or Royce deal could consume a lot of the money we have. But anyways, guys, looking at this, Arsenal have accepted the transfer offer we put in for Alexis Sanchez. 60 million for him. He wants 300,000 euros per week as his wages, 3 years, crucial first team player role. That is the contract I am going to be offering him, but I'm not sure if I want to bring in Sanchez, because I think out of all the three, left wingers we have in that shortlist, I think the player I really want to bring in is Eden Hazard. I haven't used him on FIFA 16 yet on any of my career modes, and I think it'd be an amazing signing. Besides that, as I said, he's heavily linked to PSG. Maybe not so much right now, but at least for a while previously when his form was really bad, he was really linked to PSG, and I think it'd be an amazing signing to bring in, and I think he'd be really awesome for us. But talking about awesome, even Royce would be an awesome deal, so I'm offering 65 million. Dortmund won 80.5 here, and even Chelsea have rejected the transfer offer. Now this is probably going to be my final offer. If this doesn't go through, I am going to go with Alexis Sanchez. 80 million now for Eden Hazard. I know it's a lot of money, but I think it's really worth it. We also got a transfer offer for Thiago Motta. I haven't talked about the players I'm looking to sell. I mean, we have so many CDMs, with Krychowiak being here as well, with Matuidi, with Verratti being able to play in CDMs, so I think we have to sacrifice a few players. So the few players I'm looking to sacrifice are Thiago Motta and Benjamin Stambouli. Both are really good players, but with the CDMs we already have here, I don't think we need them. Besides that, I'm also looking to loan out or sell some youngsters, because as this is only going to be a one season career mode, doesn't really make sense keeping the youngsters who don't have insane potential or what. But anyways, yeah, the Eden Hazard deal might be going through, as Chelsea have accepted the transfer offer for Eden Hazard, 80 million. Besides that, his wages requirements are less than Alexis Sanchez, so maybe it makes sense going for Eden Hazard. 275,000 euros per week. I think I offered him 5 years on his contract, not entirely sure about that one. Of course, crucial first team player. If he could sign Hazard in the first episode of the series, that'd be insane. We've absolutely destroyed Atletico Madrid in our final preseason game. Lucas Benarfa has all scoring, even Verratti scored a goal. Anyways, guys, the big news here is Eden Hazard has accepted his contract offer. I'm going to be declining Alexis Sanchez and going for Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard, welcome to the club. Eden Hazard joins PSG. What a massive transfer this is. He's really going to take this club to the next level. Hopefully with him in our squad, we will be able to win the Champions League. He is, of course, our second signing after Lucas Hernandez was signed for about 6 million on a 45,000 euros per week deal. So far, guys, this transfer window has gone really well for us. We have signed a superstar in Eden Hazard and an awesome young talent in, of course, Lucas Hernandez. We're still yet to sign a striker. I haven't even tried searching for one. I wanted to know what you guys think about the striker situation. Let me know your thoughts on which players we should be bringing in as our backup striker. Which players should we look to bring in? Just let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. In our semi-finals preseason game, we do manage to beat LA Galaxy 3-0. That is pretty nice. Also in the finals now, we'll be facing Arsenal after we did draw against them. This could be a tricky one. Hopefully we will be able to beat them and get that additional money, which we could use to bring in a backup striker. We do manage to win against Arsenal, so our first trophy with PSG is the American Challenge Cup. 2-1 to us. Of course, Ben Arfa and Eden Hazard scoring, and really nice to see Eden Hazard getting his first goal for us. And of course, the board is happy with our preseason performance. We also get an additional of 5 million. I think we got about like 6 million more as well, so a total of about 12 or 11 million. So that's really nice. Also, yeah, an offer for Ongenta. I would have kept him if I was doing this career mode for about maybe 3 or 4 seasons, but the thing is, this is only going to be a 1 season career mode, so I don't think it makes sense then keeping these youngsters who, well, are about like 68 or 69 rated. But anyways, guys, transfer for Aurier as well. I'm of course going to decline that, as I believe Aurier is a really nice right back in this game, and I believe he will be my first choice right back. We do have Munir as well, new signing of course. Again, all the new transfers from the 16 to 17 season have been done in this series. We have about 36 million left to spend on a backup striker, or maybe even a first choice striker now, because in 36 million we can get a decent striker, and with 167,000 in our wages as well, we could potentially get a really nice striker. Again, let me know which striker we should be getting in this transfer window. Of course, I'm leaving it all up to you guys, so I'll be reading your comments as well, so make sure to drop them down in the comment section. But any departures, guys, I don't think we'll be making much changes to this squad. And I'm talking about departures, maybe potentially one here. We have got Atletico Madrid coming in for Javier Pastore. Now, I like Pastore in this game, but if we can get a good deal, maybe something around 16 million. I know it's an insane amount of money. I doubt Atletico will be paying that much, but if we can get 60 million for him, we could bring in a quality midfielder, and that's exactly what's happened. I counted 60 million, Atletico accepted 60, and we're getting 60 million for Javier Pastore. Now, we can bring in a fantastic midfielder to replace him, and again, I'm leaving it up to you guys, so I won't be signing that midfielder in today's episode. I'll be doing that in the next one, so make sure to leave your suggestions on which midfielder should we be bringing in to replace Javier Pastore. For now, for this game against Lyon, Ben Arfa will be replacing Pastore with his 5-star skill moves. He will be really important for us, and new transfer of course, so really excited to see how he performs. We have about 95 million or so in our transfer budget, so we could bring in a quality midfielder and even a quality striker. Again, you guys can let me know which place to bring in down in the comment section below. I think those two are the only positions we need to strengthen. Apart from that, our squad looks really awesome, and I think we can really win the treble, or actually the quadruple, 4 trophies we are playing in. So first one, of course, yeah, I think we can win 5 actually, because there will be 2 domestic trophies, of course, and this is the first of the 5 trophies, so we will try and win all 5. Let's get the first one started here against Lyon, going with my strongest 11 with Verratti, Di Maria all playing. It took us quite a while to create the first opportunity of this game. Ben Arfa played in a beautiful ball into Eden Hazard, making his debut for us, but Lopez made a very good save, and it is still 0-0. Of course, they don't have Titi. He's gone to Barcelona, so it might be a bit easier for us to attack at the defense. They do have Nkulu though, but here's Ben Arfa, tracks his shot wide. So in the first half of this game, 2 opportunities, both coming our way, so a decent half for us, but I believe it would have been much better if he would have scored from those opportunities. But here Verratti plays in a beautiful ball into Angel Di Maria, who is now one-on-one with the keeper, takes the shot. Actually, he wasn't one-on-one, the defender did manage to come back there, but his finesse shot was saved by Lopez there. And now a chance here for Werner Bloom here, plays the ball into Cornet. Maxwell Cornet is now on the ball, he's going one-on-one with David Luiz, goes past him, it's still Cornet here, dances past David Luiz, literally makes fun of him there, and then the end product wasn't there from him. Then again, now late on in this game, I mean, this game, there hasn't been too many clear-cut chances, but here one for Lacazette here, and a double save from Kevin Trapp to keep Olympique Lyon from scoring. I mean, we would have conceded that, and then it would have been game over, but because of that save from Kevin Trapp, that double save, we're going into extra time. It hasn't been the best of games, not too many chances. Yeah, I'm bringing on Hesse for Cavani. Maybe a bit of pace up front would help us out. Let's see what Hesse can do. Here's Hesse on the ball here, gets away from the defender with the Berber spin, and then takes the shot, and tell you what, he came pretty close to scoring there. That would have been one hell of a goal if he would have scored that, on his debut coming from Real Madrid. That would be just awesome. Here's Matuidi now on the ball. Maybe a chance for Ben Arfa to seal the win for us. Ben Arfa with the shot, a pretty weak shot then. Wasn't difficult at all for Lopez there. He's been on the top of his game in this, of course, match so far. Here's Gazelle on the ball here into Nkulu. What's he doing up front here? Nkulu one-on-one with the keeper, but Kevin Trapp again with a wonderful save. Trapp has literally kept us alive in this game. Chance here for us again. Hesse into Eden Hazard here. Maybe a late chance here for Eden Hazard to get us to win. How has he got through the defenders then? No idea, but Hazard's shot is saved by Lopez. Both the keepers in this game have been in top form, and hence this game is going down to penalties. First penalty for us is going to be taken by Hatem Ben Arfa. He scores his penalties. Penalties are pretty good. Lacazette to take the one for Lyon. The first one, he misses it, hits the post there. Unlucky there for Lacazette, but good for us. Hazard takes this one, slots it home. Decent penalty from Eden Hazard. Now it's Morel to take the penalty, and the keeper dives the wrong way. He goes down the middle and he scores. Krychowiak to take this one, goes right to the keeper, and of course scores as well. Gonalons to take this one, and he scores as well. Perfect penalty there from him. Now it's David Luiz to take this one. David Luiz, the keeper came close to saving that, but it did manage to go in. And now, guys, could potentially be the final penalty here. It's going to be Maxwell Cornet to take it. Can Kevin Trapp save this one? Yes, he can. What a brilliant save from Kevin Trapp. He's won us the Super Cup, guys, the French Super Cup, the Trophy des Champs. I'm not entirely sure what's this tournament called, but it doesn't matter. We'll call it the French Super Cup, and we have won it. It wasn't a convincing victory, but Kevin Trapp, I mean, seriously, man of the match in this game, and he was just superb with the saves, and we have won our first trophy with PSG. What a way to start off this series. Of course, the French Super Cup, an amazing win. Of course, I would have loved to score from open play as well. We still have enough time to do that in the first few La Liga games. I was going to say La Liga for a moment, but yeah, the French league games, we have those, so we'll score a few goals in that one. In the next episode, of course, we'll be getting started off with the French league. This is how our team looks right now, and I tell you what, it just looks awesome. I mean, Hazard, Di Maria, and Cavani up front, that is just amazing. Ben Arfa, Verratti, and Matuidi. Of course, we will be bringing in a new midfielder to replace Javier Pastore. Again, it's up to you guys, so make sure to leave your suggestions down in the comment section below. We will be starting off Liga against Lille, so that could be a tricky game. We'll also have Monaco in the next episode. I'll be getting a month done every single episode just to keep the pace of the series pretty quick so that we can finish it before the end of FIFA 16 and the release of FIFA 17. Player of the episode, no surprises at all, is Kevin Trapp. 1 clean sheet and an average rating of 8.1 in the 1 game he played. I mean, that penalty save just looks so good. I mean, it was just perfect from him. That could have gone in, you know, hit the post and maybe could have gone in, but Kevin Trapp wasn't taking chances. A brilliant save, and hence he is our player of the episode. And that, guys, is pretty much the end of this episode. We have done pretty awesome stuff in today's episode, bringing in Eden Hazard and Lucas Hernandez. We've sold Javier Pastore for 60 million, and now we are looking to replace him with another midfielder. We're also looking into bringing a backup striker, so make sure to leave your suggestions in the comment section below. That is it for this episode. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys very soon for another episode of this series.